Hi everyone, it's Miss Olivia. I wanted to share with you a special read aloud today from Pete the Cat's Giant Groovy Book. And it's by James Dean, who's always the author on these fun books. And I know the coyotes know how much I love Pete the Cat. So one of the ones I wanted to share with you, this one has, can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. But there's a special one right here, and it's called Pete the Cat and the Cool Caterpillar. And it's springtime right now, and I thought this would be just a really fun book to read to you guys. So I'm going to go to the contents page that when we look inside here in this book, it's called the Table of Contents. Because it's a book of 9 books, sometimes you just want to find a special story. So books like this have what's called a table of contents. And I look down and find the one I want, and it says Pete the Cat and the Cool Caterpillar. And it's on page 215. So that's a pretty big number, friends. I'm wondering if you would be able to find that number, or if you know the numbers that make up 215. So for those of you that love big numbers, the first one is 2 for 200, and then we have a 1 for the 10, and we have a 5 for the 15. And you can see here, this is 215, it's Pete the Cat and the Cool Caterpillar. What a beautiful illustration. I hope you enjoy the read aloud today. And then I have something really special to show you at the very end. Pete is on a bug safari. He and his friends are looking for bugs. How many bugs can they find? Do you see some special things that they have with them? Like, I'm noticing that they have magnifying glasses and maybe like a butterfly catcher. And I noticed the monkey's got a banana because he's probably going to get hungry, right? But I know that we have some really special magnifying glasses that we use at school too. Callie spots a tiny black ant. It's building an anthill, she says. Groovy, says Pete. You guys remember that he says that a lot in his stories, right? Do you see that special anthill? It's a pretty cool anthill right there. Gus, did you hear that, Gus? We have a Gus in the Coyotes, right? And I love, because this Gus is a platypus, and that rhymes, right? Gus finds a round red ladybug in the mint patch. It has 9 spots, says Gus. Nice, says Pete. I love that because not only do I love ladybugs, but this is probably one of my favorite things to grow at home, mint leaves. I love so many things that are mint. I love to put mint leaves in my tea. I love buying mint tea bags. I love mint chocolate, mint fragrance. Super cool. Marty sees a big black spider. It caught a fly, he says. Neat, says Pete. Do you see the big spider web here? And there's a little fly. Do you think he's going to gobble it up? Because that's spider's food, right? Pete finds a green caterpillar in the flower pot. I will bring it home to show Mom and Dad, he says. And isn't that, I love that sunflower. It's so beautiful. We have a sunflower growing at home from Miss Martha, and we're hoping it gets nice and big. We're just starting it out inside. And what a cool green caterpillar. Mom helps Pete build a home for the caterpillar. They use a big jar. Isn't that cool? It's like a big mason jar. Dad puts lots of little holes in the lid for air. That's really important because we want the caterpillar to breathe, right? So look how he's got a hammer and a screwdriver and he's nailing tiny holes there, right? They're breathing holes. Pete puts the caterpillar in the jar. Pete puts some leaves in the jar for the caterpillar to eat. He adds a twig for it to crawl on. Look at that. What a great idea. He needs food, right? And he wants to crawl. Good night, Pete, says Mom. Good night, Pete, says Dad. Good night, caterpillar, says Pete. I love that it's right next to his bed. Isn't that cool? When Pete wakes up, the caterpillar is gone. Where did it go? Did it run away? Is that possible, you guys? It's not gone, says Mom. And it did not run away, says Dad. Look, they say. Can you spot something? I don't know if you guys remember books like The Hungry Caterpillar or if you've ever caught one by yourself, but did you spot that? The caterpillars change? What do you know about caterpillars? Before I read on, maybe you could tell somebody at your house all the facts that you think you know about caterpillars, right? The caterpillar is inside there, says Mom. It's called a pupa. What an interesting name, right? It looks like this big old cocoon here, right? It's called a pupa. Will it stay in there forever? Pete asks. No, says Dad. The caterpillar is changing into something new. I love this story because Pete doesn't know and his parents don't want to tell him. And I don't know if you guys know. I know we've kind of talked about it. But let's see if you can think of and shout out some ideas at home if you know what the caterpillar is going to turn into. What will it become? Pete asks. It's a surprise, says Mom. We must wait and see. Look, it's just hanging out here, right? Pete waits. Callie comes to visit. Did it come out yet? She asks. Not yet, says Pete. Pete waits some more. Gus comes to visit. Did it come out yet? He asks. Not yet, says Pete. Do you think Pete has to be patient? Right? Patience, we talk about that a lot at school, right? And he's waiting and he's waiting. And if you have to wait for something you're really looking forward to, we have to have patience, right? Pete waits even longer and Marty comes to visit. Did it come out yet? He asks. Not yet, says Pete. Pete waits and waits and waits. Then one day, something finally happens. I love that he's kind of, remember at school we observe and we kind of investigate and we have our little science discovery table, and this is what I think he's doing. He's looking at through his magnifying glass, he's checking how the time, and he's checking off on his calendar to see how many days it's been that the caterpillar's been now a pupa, right, a little cocoon there, and it says then one day something finally happens. The pupa starts to wiggle. Something is happening, says Pete. It wiggles some more. Everyone comes over to watch. Did you already guess or did you already know? That's what I'm curious about. The pupa cracks open. Something is coming out. But what can it be? I wonder if Pete's guessed yet. A head pokes out, and then some legs, and then 2 colorful wings. The caterpillar changed into a beautiful butterfly. Wow, says Pete. I love that he's got like a little head, and can you see how he's smiling at us when we read? So fun. The butterfly slowly moves its wings up and down. It is ready to fly. They take the jar to the park. Time to say goodbye, says Dad. Pete opens the lid of the jar. It's probably kind of sad to say goodbye, but we do need to let butterflies go. And look at this page. I've never really seen this view of Pete before, like a side view. Like, you know, when you draw sometimes and we draw full on, like straight on, and we draw from the side. This is a great side view of Pete. And look, where is the butterfly standing? Can you see? He's standing on his nose. The butterfly flaps its wings. It flutters out of the jar and lands on Pete's nose. That tickles, he says. Can you imagine a butterfly landing on your nose? Then the butterfly flies up into the air. Flies up into the sky. Bye, bye, butterfly, everyone says. The butterfly looks so happy. Do you see that? It's really happy. All right, friends, last page. Let's find a new caterpillar, says Pete. Change is pretty cool. So he really wants to find another one. And look, I think we even spotted one on the page there. Isn't that cool? That's one of our favorite books at bedtime as well. So many favorites, right? But that's such a neat one. And then what I wanted to show you is, guess what we found the other day? And I have a really funny story about this. So if you can see it, it's kind of hard to see right now. I'm going to try and see if I can find it. It's actually right there. If I can turn it, it's black. It's a black caterpillar. Very furry. Got some brown there as well, so it's really hard to see. And Zeke was playing on his scooter and having a little snack, and he sat his apple down on a plate for a moment while he was just whizzing around on his scooter. And then all of a sudden he went to take another bite, and somebody was nibbling on his apple, and it was a caterpillar. So we decided that we would do, because this is one of Zeke's favorite bugs, that we would do something similar to Pete the cat. We found a large mason jar. We put some holes with a hammer and screwdriver as well in our mason jar on the lid so that he has breathing holes. And then we've been collecting fresh grass for him to eat. We even put a slice of apple, and then after a few days we put a new fresh slice of apple in there. And we've put like nice big long twigs in there too for him to kind of climb on. And boy, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that we've noticed. One is that, I want to see if you can see him. It's so hard. Maybe I can send you guys a photo. One is that he's eating a lot and he's getting pretty big. He's getting pretty fat, right? He's going to eat and eat and eat because that's part of being a caterpillar. And we all know that if we've read The Hungry Caterpillar, right? But he's also been pooping a lot. We can see lots of poop, so we need to clean this jar out again and just keep making sure it's fresh and he has fresh things to eat and a nice place to live. And we've been checking on him, and Zeke even did like a little journal writing for school with a picture and some writing about it. And we're just really excited to see what kind of butterfly that he changes into. And he might be a butterfly that he changed into. It could even be a moth. Like, we don't know. So it's kind of exciting, right, to see it. And right now he's blending in with the twigs that we put in there as well. So we're doing a little bit of science at home with observing and taking care of this caterpillar, making sure he's got a safe place so that his change can take place. So this is just an idea for you at home. If you spot one in your garden, can you see I'm out in my garden making the video right now? This is the Gunnison River right behind me if you can see it. And you can hear birds. I can hear a little traffic too. But we spend a lot of time in our garden. If you are out in your garden and or out on a hike and you happen to spot one, if you're allowed to, with parent permission, maybe you could take care of one and observe the changes and share that with some friends and family. Would that be fun? All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me today for story time with Miss Olivia. And I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of artwork that is themed around our caterpillar and butterflies too. All right, I hope everybody is well and safe, and I sure miss you all. All right, bye, friends.